See whether King can do the same thing, as he is going to lock that one away.
Yeah, it's just, to me, it's interesting they opted to save the Scion pick till last. I will say this is a very bulky composition from Gen.G.
Really the cup half full. Even making excuses for the theoretical things that could happen as Lahans finds another knock-up onto Ruler. Canyon is here, gets the flash and just pulls Ju out. Remember, he doesn't have any sums. That is going to be the headbutt back, and that is going to be first blood over to Ruler.
와, 미친네. 와,
I think he was pretty happy about that. Duro's back, and he's getting more work done. Okay.
Fisher.
Fisher?
Fisher, I said nice things about you. Don't make me a liar. What? That
was so weird. They come on over, so probably going to be a trade of a few of these. Gideon will at least be able to get one. Oh, down. Oh, 1 health. Okay. That was terrifying.
Yeah, just a little bit. Cool, calm, and collected.
All right, Gideon making his way over. The train has left the station, but it was looking for Ju, so we might need to check in on that one once again. Fisher doing a lot of damage here as Arcane Shift gets Ruler out of the circle. Gideon's still back in, though, and should be able to grab a bunch of these grubs. Canyon making his way over, wants to try and kill the Lahans, which seems to be the Gen.G game plan.
Like maybe Duro was around, but he is walking up from bot lane. Fisher is low already.
And Lahans has now walked up to Chovy, but Fisher is not interested in trying to kill the enemy mid lane. As, okay, never mind. There's a knockup from Lahans. Chovy gets ulted here, but the Chaos Storm does come down, and Fisher is out of there. Another headbutt back as Gideon going to get knocked up and taken down relatively low. That was actually a cute use of his stop function. We have seen 5 grubs not necessarily work as well as it could, as Lahans is down very, very low, but he's just trying to keep them away. 4 grubs will be locked up, as now Canyon making his way in, does manage to lock one down, but Lahans is still just playing with him. He's got a blast cone he can mess around with as well, and that is actually going to be effective.
Chovy's given up.
Yeah, this is so weird. I don't know which fight to commentate, as Duro's going to get hit by a shock blast. There goes that last grub, as 5 do go over to Nongshim. Lahans is in the enemy base now. He's like, wasn't I on this team? This is the team I was on before, right? As there it is, Soul Furnace, and that is a kill going over to Keen.
Yeah, well, he stole for time. He allowed his team to escape. I love how he's built armor into, and he's playing now into Aurora, just winning.
Yeah, seems to be
I
fine.
don't think they kill him.
I don't think so either, but Lahans is here. Duro is also here, though, and Lahans is taking a whole host of damage. Phenomenal Impale is going to come through. One of them is a clone, though, as Lahans, there it is. Somehow it's Canyon that picks up the kill, actually. I thought that was an auto attack following from Ruler. Ruler probably thinking that as well, and he's probably exclaiming about it.
The bleed that he has.
Yeah.
Find windows to catch isolated members, pick apart Gen.G. I think in structured 5v5s, it's going to be so hard from here on out. But if you can find someone isolated, different story.
And the difficulty is that the self-peel from Ruler is massive. The fact that Chovy has Rod of Ages, so...
You are not far away from it, though. You know, foot in the grave, perhaps, is how you describe it, as Ruler keeps putting that pressure down.
Yeah, all right, Duro going to get knocked up. He is level 6.
He is also an Alistair.
Yeah. All right, Canyon now just going to say, Gideon, please. I would prefer it if you didn't take my Rift Herald. Gideon is going to hear that loud and clear.
Canyon's really going for these hard steel stacks. He wants them. I respect that approach.
Absolutely. I didn't even think that was why he was just walking towards the enemy team, as another headbutt comes forward. Charm does come through, though, from Lahans, but he's just going to explode before he can really use it. That is going to be a steal, but the eye, I don't think, is going to get picked up. Gideon, never mind. He does get over there, takes that one down, flashes over the wall, stays alive, and they've got a blast cone to take the 2 of them out of there. That means that Fisher is by himself, though, as King in, wanting to kill Ruler, and Ruler says no. And there's 2 damage dealers up there towards the top side. Oh, wow. Okay, well, let's see what...
Line it up, you can do it.
Yeah, Canyon, he's through the wall, and yeah, unfortunately, if Canyon's already in the wall, if you go into the wall, you will get stopped by Canyon, who is in the wall. And there he goes. Scorpion grabs that kill.
She didn't do.
Wow. I think Ruler is having a good time here, ladies and gentlemen.
Ezreal.
Yeah, that's very true. He's just generally having a good time. As Duro underneath the turret is going to knock up 2 people and a clone. As the turret does actually go down.
Yeah. I don't have a lawn, so I don't personally have one, but I guess any standard homeowner has an anti-gravity lawnmower.
I'm pretty sure that that's what it is now. I've been living in apartments for too long, but I imagine that's where the technology's at. As Teleport is going to get Keen in there, and of course, he's happy to teleport in amongst everyone. That is going to be now Feats of Strength picked up as Kingin going to boot Canyon out of the wall. That's nicely played, and Gen.G taking a lot of damage here. Jude, they are able to get behind him. Ruler down to 50%. Is this going to be the moment here? As there's the flash forward, but Giu's able to dash his way out, and now the grand entrance comes in. It's 1 kill for the Zeri. Keen turned into a zombie as Chovy now there with a whole bunch of damage. Ruler as well, not a lot of mana, but is certainly able to still contribute. As Duro able to limp his way out. Giu running the wrong direction, but Nongshim, it was so close to winning a fight, and I honestly think they kind of did. As True Shot Barrage going to pick up the kill on a Fisher, never mind.
Never mind. So close, so close. They had the edge, you know, and they find access on a Chovy.
Well, speaking of access onto Chovy, Kingen is just going to kill him.
That's a big shutdown.
Be an even fight.
Yeah.
If Fisher isn't here. As Duro goes in, that is a lot of damage onto Lehens. As Ruler is still piling on even more of it.
So low. No, 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 no. This is bad. This is bad.
This is not what you want to see. Ruler does take a shock blast, but there's the train. Giu's going to skate out of the way. But now the rest of Nongshim, they have to leave.
Guys, Chovy's up. He's got TP. Just leave. Just leave. Let it reset.
God, yeah, the teleport in.
It.
All right, Gideon, he desperately wants to be here so that he can go for this. As now the Chaos Storm comes in, the Death Ray's there as well, but Giu's able to get over the wall. Lehens is dead, and the Archon was picked up by Gen.G thanks to the leash, and oh god. Fisher not able to get over that wall, but still able to use the ulti to create the amount of space that he required. So Nongshim lose the fight, but not as badly as they could have otherwise lost the fight if more bad things happened.
I was going to say, that could have gone far worse, but it didn't go good.
Yeah.
And I think maybe Nongshim overestimating their ability to kill Arakan. You know, we've had Arakan around for a pretty long time now. Oh,
yeah, that's a teleport in. They're going to see whether they can get Ruler out of here, and he does get quickness and may actually go down. However, Canyon over here, he's able to destroy the Wukong, and they're just immortal. Yes, they did get one withdrawal, but Canyon is just going to live, and then Keen cuts down the Aurora, or would if he was the Lumberjack skin, but has a hammer with this particular skin, and therefore he bonks. Yeah. As Canyon is going to come down and help Chovy out here as Ruler over the wall, and this is a turret that is no longer on the map. 3.5k, now the lead in that mid lane that we were tracking before.
Controversial.
I do think that you are somewhat controversial, however, I'm ready to agree with you here. As Giu is also under a lot of danger as he has to flash. True Shot Barrage was too close. And now this is Hextech Soul Point. Gen.G looking to try and pick that one up, as there is no chance for Nongshim to get in. So Hextech Soul for Gen.G, and it really feels like a death nail. You give Ezreal Hextech Soul, and it doesn't matter what his teammates are, it's already completely overpowered.
Fair. How are they ever killing
Oh no, they even just steal away the blue buff.
Oh, he gets a smite as well.
Canyon's going to be able to secure it.
It's post-Baron. Everyone gets the blue.
They did almost manage to kill his
Look at
shield, and yeah, he's just going to pull the hands over. Special delivery of the Rakan as Giu. He ults and dies. And Ruler picks up a double, 406 now for this Ezreal, 8,000 gold the lead. And it really just feels like Gen.G are on a whole different level.
It's just crazy that these two teams matched up in the LCK Cup and it went to 5 games. And then these 2 games today, it just hasn't even leagues apart. It really feels like so much had to change for it to even be close.
And I think that that has a lot to do with Gen.G finally figuring out how this new roster is going to play together. I think Duro's improvement has been astounding as well. But I think that Nongshim are also having a little bit of an off day. There is going to be a bounty picked up. I don't know whether it's going to mean anything at all, as Keen is a brick wall. True Shot Barrage does so much damage, but it also slows them all down as Duro comes in looking for that pulverize. Keen actually taking a bit here, but the knockup's going to be too good. Out goes Gideon, and Fisher is now just amongst the beefcakes.
You know, I thought he might die, and then his unending despair proc, and he didn't.
Yeah, and Kingen, we thought he might die, and he did.
Yeah. Keen is just, at this point, basically immortal. And Ruler's hunting for Lehens.
Yep, and Lehens is going to die, because he just doesn't have anywhere to go. The headbutt going to help out there, but I think the Mystic Shot was already going to kill. And Giu, is he even safe on his fountain, is the question, as he's not. That's a Mystic Shot from Ruler one more time. 7-0-7 for this guy's Ezreal. Ruler having a really good day today. Gen.G just looking a cut above the opposition as they slaughter Nongshim.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.